How's it going? Welcome back to the Daily Grind. We are here actually in my studio today. There's a job about 4 minutes away from my house, and done a laminate job. I didn't do the laminate job. The lady actually moved here from Arizona, and the laminate job that was installed previously, all the transitions are messed up and stuff like that. So she reached out to obviously the flooring stores in the area, wondering if someone could make transitions or fix the transitions or whatever. So here we are. The store owner went out and matched up a vinyl plank to the laminate that was down. The lady agreed, okay, that looks good. That's plenty close enough to make me happy. So here we are. We have a whole house of vinyl plank transitions to make. I've got my sizes right here. This from kitchen, about an 8-foot kitchen, 98 inches for the kitchen, 36 for another one, 38 for another one, 38, 32, and 32. So all of those are sizes, and some of them are actually quite wide. The ones to the kitchen, there's busted tile over there. So them ones in the kitchen are got to be like 2.5 inches wide just to cover the busted tile and stuff like that. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 custom transitions that we're going to make. There is a height difference. There's about 3/16 of a step down from the tile to the actual laminate. So I will be adjusting the height difference on one side of the transition and keeping it regular on the other side. So these are going to be and look a little bit off balanced looking, but when I get done, they should fit down there nice and flat and flush solid on both sides, even though there is a height difference. Let's take a look and see what we're getting into here. Okay, so I have already got all my strips all cut up. This is going to be almost a whole box of the Cortec Pro cut up. I think there was 2 pieces left in the box. I got it all cut up in the strips I need. This is going to be my center part of my T-moldings. I got a bunch of 1/2-inch strips. They're actually about 5/8. These are 1 3/4. This is going to be for some of the regular size transitions that don't need any extra width or anything like that. So I got them cut. These are, let's see here. These are for, these are the, excuse me. These are the 2.5 inch. Those are the wide ones that's going to be. This is going to be how wide the other ones are that cover the damaged part where the tile is. And these other wider pieces down here, I got some 4-inch strips and some 5-inch strips. Those are going to be my peels to cover my 2.5 inches and my 1 3/4 pieces. So I've got everything cut. Now I just gotta peel them and put them together. I got some different plank right here, minus the pad. This is going to be about what I need right here for the other side to keep it about what I want. The height difference is that right there. So that will be to adjust the height difference on the other side where it steps down. I will use those pieces. And this is the stuff that I've got right here I'm going to be using. This is the Make It Match tape right here. This is by far the best tape that I have found for adhering these peels to the transitions themselves. Very good tape, really nice and thin, smooth. You don't get any kind of bumps or anything like that. And you don't have to work with contact glue, so that's a plus. You just put the tape on there and you're done. No contact glue. And the booger tape or pressure sensitive tape right here is for joining all of my pieces together. So I'll be using all those tapes, the denatured alcohol, after I make my peels, and I want to clean these off really good before I adhere my peel. So I'll wipe over everything before I adhere my peel and tape with a denatured alcohol, make sure everything's nice and clean. It's going to have a nice long lasting stick And also, on all of these measurements here, I did allow everything about 2 extra inches in length so I can properly cut them down and make notches or whatever I need to do when I get back to the job. So that's what's going on. Let's get busy making them. So I now have one strip. Let's see here. Okay, so I got my pressure sensitive tape on one piece here. Now I got it all together like that. I'm going to try to do something a little different here that I've not done before. I'm going to peel this side off of this one and adhere my other ones to it. And these planks are not 8 foot long. So what I've done, I got my joint right here and my bottom 2 pieces here, and then I'm gonna put a full piece so the joints ain't together, and that'll stabilize that. And then my other one that goes on top, I will have it running across this so it'll stabilize them. Anyway, so I get to tear this back apart and start, not over, but just get this off here. And you guys probably wondering, hey, what about that cork? Should we not take that cork off? Is it gonna stick good to the cork? We're fixing to find out, because I gotta take this off and put a piece over here. So let's see just how well that cork is gonna hold up. And we can also see how, now I did stick my blade under there, but we can also see how good this scrim tape is gonna do. And I would trust that. No doubt in my mind, I do trust it. You can plainly see it's holding on there real good. Not going to be any issues with that stuff not holding up. You see here it tore a whole bunch of the cork actually off of it, as I expected it would, but it definitely holds up. It's going to hold up. It's going to be nice and strong, especially because also whenever I'm doing my joints, I'll cut this on a 45 here and wrap my peel all the way over onto that. So the peel itself is even going to hold that on there, along with the tape that secures the peel. So going to be nice and solid for sure. Okay, so I got this long one all complete, all sanded down, cut on a 45, sanded down and ready to go. Something I learned just from that one is I got this one pretty much ready to go. All I gotta do is put my little T part on it right here, and it's gonna be good to go. I am going to go out there and do my 45 cut bevel on this side and on this side. And it's just going to be easier to do before I put that bottom tongue on there. So that's what I'm going to do different on this and the rest of them. As far as that goes, I'll get this stuff to this step right here. Just got the extra height difference on the bottom. And then I will go ahead and make my cuts and sand the edges first. So probably one of the most common questions I get about making your own transition is, how much do you charge? Because it looks like it's time consuming. Well, outside of the charge per linear foot or per doorway, ask yourself this. Even if you didn't make any extra money on it and the store don't want to pay you for the extra work that you did, how much is it worth to you not to have to go back to that job free of charge in a week and a half, or 2 weeks, once the correct transitions come in? How much is it worth to you not to have to make that extra trip for free to put down 1 or 2 silly transitions? And that's how much you make by making your own transitions. Sometimes it's not even a monetary value. Like I said, just not having to make that extra trip when the store messes up and they don't want to pay you to go out there and do it, or they're one short, or it's the wrong color, or it won't work in that situation, which happens quite a lot. The vinyl plank transitions won't work in a lot of situations because they have the silly track, little plastic track, and their little hard plastic piece of transition. So lots of situations those won't work in, but when you custom make them to fit any situation, there's no way you're going to lose. No way whatsoever. Again, even if you don't make anything, the store don't pay you, you still don't have to make that extra trip back. So, is it worth it? You don't have to do it every single time, but when you're short and you don't want to have to go back, learn this technique right here, and it'll save you a lot of time, trips, therefore money. All right, so I got all of them made now, and I now have to clean them up with the denatured alcohol and the rag and peel some plank and put on there. But outside of that, we're just about ready to be done, son. So using this denatured alcohol like this to clean this is just going to get all the dust off anything that would prevent the Make It Match tape from getting a good adhesion. It's going to get all, sometimes when you peel, sometimes whenever you peel some of these planks, they'll have a little bit of a gritty feel to the back of the peel itself, and doing this will wipe all of that off. This stuff don't take too long to dry, so not a big deal about waiting on it. Usually by the time you get ready for it, it's going to be ready, because now I gotta go ahead and get my tape cut to the size, get it ready to go right there on that. Let me just do it and I'll show you. Got that good. Now, see, this is already dry from the denatured alcohol. So I'm going to go take and place this dead center of my tape. That way I have enough to wrap around on both edges. And there we go. Got it stuck in the tape. Cut that excess off. Don't need that. Go ahead and pick it up. Mash it all on there real good. Make sure it adheres to the curves really nice, which it will. And just slowly work it over the bend there, little bit by little bit. And right on around to the bottom side. Stuff works really good and it's super easy to deal with. So now that I'm ready to take it under, I'm just going to take my thumb, push it right around that lip right there. Make sure it gets up nice and tight so our corner here is real nice and defined when I get the when I get the peel put on it. I keep saying peel, I should say wear layer or whatever, because that's basically what it is. It's the print, we'll just say that, the print layer of the vinyl plate. When I get it stuck on here, I want it to have nice crisp edges. I don't want it looking all round and fluff and all that stuff. So I try to get this on these corners here as good as possible. What extra that I have left sticking up on that, I'm just gonna take my knife. I don't need all that extra stuff on there. I just need some around the bottom side of it right there, so that my print layer will stick around on the bottom. And so on goes the other side. Again, just taking my thumb, pushing it up there nice and tight. Making faux show I have a nice crisp edge. So that's what's nice about using the Make It Match tape, other than it sticks really nice, but you can get it in some really nice wide widths. Now I know that you can with pressure sensitive tape too, but this is thin, really thin, and you don't have to worry about it getting clumps of itself on it. It just works really good. Okay, right here is the finished product. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That big long one, number 6. It was longer than the plank, so I made sure to make a nice clean edges here, and I just left the end joints and butted them right together, just like the boards do. So it turned out looking pretty daggum nice, and I am once again pleased with these transitions, and I am now fixing to go install them. So you'll get to see where they're going and see why they had to be so wide. And this is why we had to get them so wide. Make them cover up that. Looks pretty daggum good. It is down all the way. There's just a little shadow there because of the thickness there, but it is the thickness of a piece of vinyl plank, so it's right at a 1/4 inch thick. Okay, so one of the main things that I really like about this, see, I got 2 layers right here. This is thicker on this side than it is this side. What that does, it takes up for, see the height difference right there. The towel is higher. So because I have this side where the towel is going to be thicker, it will set right in place and still be completely flat. No angle or anything like that. Watch this. It makes for a lot better transition rather than having a piece of plastic down there and setting at an angle. So you see there, nice and flat, supported by the towel and by the vinyl plank. Nice.